My whole life, I always knew I was special. Even with no remainders, I could always move a decimal. Money on my mind while the girls that made un beso. Hustlers in my blood and it's running through my vessels. Just trying to clear the threshold, just trying to make a way. In my race against time, I could see an early grave. School to prison pipeline, 12 years a slave. Suspension and detention is conditioned for a cage. The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Errol Spence says that he definitely wants the Ugas fight. Let's take a listen at what Errol Spence had to. Ugas fight. Errol Spence says he definitely wants the Crawford fight. He already got the Ugas fight. He said he wants the Crawford fight. Let's take a listen.
In training camp.
Errol, come April 16, you come out victorious. Provided you come out victorious on the 16th. Only belt that's going to be remaining is the WBO. Obviously, we know who has that. Terrence Crawford. That'll be obviously the next fight that's going to occur.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that fight done, but right now the only way that fight can be done is if I beat Ugas. So that's what I'm 100% focused on. It's only 2.5 weeks on a fight, and then after that, then we can discuss Terrence Crawford.
Now you have Derek James in your corner. Obviously, he studies.
All right, so that's what he had to say about his fight with Crawford. But this was an interesting dynamic right here. Let's take a look at this.
There's fans that say that Ugas was Cuban slick style.
I don't have nothing to say. We'll see when we get
Cuban slick style. It's tailor made for you and what you like to do. What do you have to say about that?
I don't have nothing to say. We'll see when we get in the ring.
Errol, last one. I'm curious to know your opinion about Deontay Wilder. Do you think he should continue his career? 2 tough losses to Tyson Fury.
Man, I think you've been trying to do something this whole time I've been interviewing, man. You got to chill.
Watch your mouth, man.
All right, so what's your reaction to Errol Spence saying like he definitely wants that fight, but he gotta deal with Ugas first? Do you feel like we're reaching a point where we might actually get that fight? And G, what's your reaction to him also storming off and saying what he said about the Wilder question?
Oh man, I respect that. The Wilder answer. You know what I mean? Salute to Errol Spence Jr. for that. But in regards to Crawford, I'll be honest, at this point, I don't even care, yo. It seems like these Errol Spence, TC topics are all the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, one day they want to fight, then they don't want to fight, then they want to fight, then they don't want to fight. I'm like, man, listen, I'll entertain this conversation after he beats Ugas, if he beats Ugas. You know what I'm saying? So, but as of right now, I kind of feel like it's almost disrespectful to Ugas to just always bring up TC, knowing that his next opponent is Ugas. You know what I'm saying? For a unification fight. So I don't know. I think Spence should stop even entertaining those type of questions. He should just be like, yo, listen, right now it's Ugas. Ask me questions about Ugas. Stop asking me questions about TC until after I beat Ugas. And that's how it should be.
All right, dollar bill.
I agree with you, G. I think it's but to his right, they did the same thing with Ugas. And he said that, he would want to fight Crawford too, if he can get past Errol Spence. So they both on the same tip, like, if they after they fight each other, that they would not duck a TC. So, but they both are aware that they got a task in front of them, and that's each other. So I can't wait for the fight. I know a lot of people are not making a lot of buzz, right? I'm with you, G. I thought I would see more buzz about it. It seemed like it fiddled down a little bit, but
it's redundant now. It's getting redundant,
yeah. So I can't wait. I can't wait to see the fight with Errol and Ugas and then see what they do next. But they got to fight each other first.
Yeah, I think I'm on the same page, and I just feel like I never felt like this fight wouldn't happen. It's a matter of when the fight would happen and would people still be interested in the fight. There are a lot of fights that happen past, the expiration date, so to speak. Mayweather Pacquiao was on that line, but Pacquiao lost twice, I believe, by the time he fought Floyd. Mm-hmm. So lost to Timothy Bradley, and he was knocked out by Juan Manuel Marquez. So
that fight kind of lost a lot of its steam, but still was a big fight. And this is what we're getting at. These guys need to make sure that they cash out. Remember, investment, return on your investment. They need to cash out at the right time. And I think if they play around too long, the stock in that fight's going to dip. Like G saying, he doesn't even care anymore. Trill's like, whatever with it. Yo, I've been like whatever with it since there's a legion of fans on Spence side and a legion of fans on Crawford side, and they're both delusional. Like they all act like, yo, I don't know who's going to win that fight. I know who I think might win that fight, but who I think might win that fight isn't who always wins the fight. That's why we want to watch the fight. Anyone acting like TC or Wash Earl, go sit down. Anyone acting like Earl or Wash TC, go sit down. Earl's a hell of a fighter. Earl's a damn good fighter. Earl's a proven fighter. Crawford's the same. To sit here and act like, oh, I just know. Like I said, TC got the Pootie Tang effect. His fans think he can whoop everybody, and then Spence fans, they dismiss Crawford like, well, he ain't nobody. At the end of the day, man, for me, their legacies hinge upon them fighting one another. If they never fight one another, it's going to be a black eye on both of their resumes. I don't care about what TC did at 140 because that was not a stacked, loaded division. You can look this up. The best fighters that were at 140 had moved up to 147 at that time. And TC came up to 147 and he beat Jeff Horn. Again, this is a Jeff Horn who went on to flame out immediately after. After losing to Crawford, he got sparked out by Tim Tszyu. And even his victory over Manny Pacquiao is debatable, and many people believe Manny Pacquiao was robbed and never should have lost his belt in the first place. So, like, it would go a long way for TC to fight Earl, and it would go a long way for Errol Spence to fight TC. But again, they need to do this before the interest in this fight is dead, because there are other fights growing, and now people are looking at that man Ennis like, screw the both of you, because we like him. So y'all better get it together before the Stark in your fight is done. And I say y'all got like a year window to make that fight happen before nobody even cares about it anymore, except your diehard fans, and that's not going to be enough to make it happen. Ned just popped in. But we going to get Ned back in on the next segment. You can take us out, Trevor.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. Keeping it rolling. We the Boxing Bros.